Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Yeah, stay in the commentary explanation. Now we finish the Pataman Kisamaso Oharitawa Kasayani Wisrani Ichaditawa Ekam Ekansan Odrasinga Kara Pitawa. The candidate has not yet become the novice or bhikkhu. Because for the novice, he does not taste the sarana. He cannot become the novice. Bhikkhunam Pāḍi Vinaya Piṭaka Yetatha Sannipatita Bhikkhu. They are the authority in their Tisambhādi Vinaya Piṭaka, having made him pay respect to the foot of the monks. Here, Tisambhādi, the foot of those monks, plural sign. But if we make the pay respect during the making the novice, maybe 5 months or gathering or 6 months or gathering. Nowadays, however much we invite to participate in this ceremony, depending on our invitation, the amount of the month will be different. But they stay together, maybe 20 months, stay together, but at the moment, the candidate does not need to pay or monk to pay homage. Because of only the preceptor, he will give the 3 pabbajjūpasampadākathā. The candidate need to pay homage to the foot of this preceptor, not only for the other monk. Sometimes we married a lot of group of the men. At the time, we need to pay respect, not all monk, only for the eldest man. If we pay respect the elder man, is this enough? In the Samanya Phala Sutta, Ajata Satu, concerned with the Ajata Satu, he go to the places where at the time, night time, full moon day or the Zamon, the Ajata Satu only pay respect to the blessed one because of at the time, same time the blessed one, all of the men are sitting as a circus time. At the time, after paying the blessed one, if the Ajata Satu pay respect the other men, at the time, it will be the side of the blessed one place. This is the impolite pucha. Therefore, he doesn't do it. We also need to follow this instruction. If we pay respect the eldest man, it's enough. But if we pay respect the other men, our faith is not the face-to-face to the eldest man. Therefore, we should not do like that. Therefore, if we met the many men, maybe 5 men, 6 men, at the time, we need to pay respect to the elder men. Sometimes we don't notice who is the eldest. At the time, we need to search. After knowing this, we need to pay respect him. Is this enough? Not paying the other man. We can say he is not polite. Actually, he is polite. He knows the instruction of the blessed one. Therefore, here also use the Tisambhādi plural sign. Even though use the plural sign, we need to pay respect the preceptor, only the preceptor. We don't need to pay homage to the other men. This is the instruction of the blessed one concerning with the Aja Samanya Phala Sutta mentioned like that in the commentary. Therefore, here also, even though use the plural sign, we need to pay respect to the only the preceptor, pay homage, not other men. Atha Sarana Gahanatan Okutikan Nisida Bitawa Angeli Bekana Bitawa Ewan Wadehi Di Wudabo. The preceptor should be said like that. At the time, Sarana Gahanatan to take the 3 Tibetans. Nisida Bitawa, having made him to sit as his quati pocha, Angeli Begana Bidawa, having for on the forehead, even what they heat. You should set, you may set like this. Ya Mahāvaggapāḷi dan what they heat. This is the, you will see that the, in the taking the 5 precepts or 8 precepts. At the time, the preceptor teacher said it, Ya Mahāvagga dan what they ta. Because of the plural sign, at the time, nowadays, take 5 precepts or 8 precepts, they are not only one. Many lay devotee or many names. Therefore, the teacher or preceptor use the plural sign, Ya Mahāvagga dan what they ta. Here they only for the one person, singular sign. Therefore, Ya Mahāvagga dan what they he, singular sign. The preceptor should be said that I will say this. Repeat after me in the English time. You can translate it. Dan what they he, you should say this. Athakho, Athasa, Upejayena wa, Achariyena wa, Bodhan Saranang Gichamiti Adina Neyena, Saranani Databani, Yeta Vokta Patipatiya, Na Opatipatiya. Okay, here the point is the nowadays, before becoming the novice or next, we request to give the 8 precepts kindly. Hambandi, Tisarani Nasaha, Atinga Samanakran, Dasa, Samanira, pabbajjūpasampadākathā, and Sadhuganga, something like that. Because of the we request to the preceptor to give these 10 precepts to become novice. Here doesn't mention we need to request or not. But later when you will know it, at the time, beginning of the not becoming the novice, he does not know. The candidate does not know, need to request or not. Even though he does not know what types of, how many types of precepts he need to restrain. And these precepts are what are they also? He doesn't know, the candidate doesn't know, not yet known. Therefore, here does not request. But nowadays, the many scholars men arrange it to request. Therefore, nowadays, before giving the Saranagamana, the candidate need to request 3 times. This requesting is come from where we need to make the result. In the Nyati Srota Kama Vasa, to become the monk. In the Sima, we make a question concerning with the 5 disease. So in the he has a prakara or not. To begin with, his parent is alone or not. He is human or not. He is a gentleman or not. We need to ask many questions. Okay, after making the question, these we accept it. Oh, he does not have this 5 types of disease, and his parent is allowed to become the monk. Even though his parents allowed to become monk, the candidate does not request. At the time, for the monk, we don't have the chance to make him to make him monk. Therefore, the candidate of the monk, he need to request Upasampadākathā, Yajami, something like that. He need to request the Upasampadākathā. This is the instruction of the Blessed One. Based on this Nyati Sutta, Upasampadākathā, nowadays to become novice also need to request. Hambandit, Tisarani Nasa, Dasa, Samanira, Pabbajjūpasampadākathā, Dhammayasami, and so on. The candidate need to request. Now they arrange the purpose one, but here is the only the not mention the requestment. Therefore, we need to think about first Mahāvagga Thamvadi, he only there, he said with the light it, not the mention the requestment. Athasa ubejayena wa ajariyena wa Bodhan sarana gichamiti adinanayena saranani dadavani yethau tapatipadiya na upatipadiya. At the time, the preceptor or the teacher should be give the 3 travagents to those candidates with the method of Bodhan Saranang Gicchami, which is set in the original Pāļi text. Yatha Ukta Patipadiya. According to the original Pāļi text, we need to recite Bodhan Saranang Gicchami. Now, upatipadiya, we cannot give the opposite of the original Pāļi text. Opposite of the original Pāļi text means the study with the Dhamma Saranang Gicchami, not like this. Sometimes, according to the original Pāļi text, Bodhan Saranang Gicchami, Dhamma Saranang Gicchami, Sangham Saranang Gicchami. And then, Dutiyampi Bodhan Saranang Gicchami. Dutiyampi Dhamma Saranang Gicchami, Dutiyampi Sangham Saranang Gicchami, and that is the 3rd time. This is the Yathavukta Patipadiya. But some monks, they want to create it like this. Bodhan Saranang Gicchami, Dutiyampi Bodhan Saranang Gicchami, Tatiyampi Bodhan Saranang Gicchami. Bodhan Saranang Gicchami, he recited 3 times. After that, he recited Dhamma Saranang Gicchami, Dutiyampi Dhamma Saranang Gicchami, Tatiyampi Dhamma Saranang Gicchami. They want to recite it like this. This is not the upatipadiya. This is the not according to the instruction of the original Pāļi text. We cannot keep the Saranagamana like this. Therefore, we need to follow the original Pāļi text order. Therefore, here find the Yatha Vokta Patipati Yawa. Yeah, what? Only the instruction of the original Pāļi text. Even though the preceptor or teacher give the triple jam according to the original Pāļi text. Is enough or not? Not yet enough. We need to clarify another one point. Sajihi eka badambi eka karambi upati padiya didi. Bodhan sarana yiwawa dekadungwa dekadung dadawa puna itarisu eke kan dekadung didi. I decided like that. Sajihi eka badambi eka karambi upati padiya didi. If the preceptor or teacher gave the one word or one letter not according to the not instruction of the original Pāļi text, Pāļi adinani undi saranani. The relation in the like that. Sa je hi eka badambi eka karambi upati padiya didi adinani undi saranani. If the preceptor or teacher give the one word or one letter according to the instruction of the original Pāļi text, 3 Tibetans are not given because of he does not give the instruction according to the instruction of the original Pāļi text. Okay, how he gave the eka bada upati padiya eka kara upati padiya mean he made the example Bodhan sarana yiwawa dekadung dadawa. Having given the 3 times Bodhan sarana gichami. After this, itarisu eke kan dekadung didi. After giving the Bodhan saranang gichami and tell to the 3rd time again, he gave the Dhamman saranang gichami 3 times. After this, he gave the Sangham saranang gichami 3 times. If the preceptor or teacher gives like this is not the giving the 3 Tibetans. Okay, in the taking the Tibetans, we need to follow the instruction of the original Pāļi text. Iminja pana sarana gamanupa sambadan patai kipaitawa anonyata upa sambada ekato sautiya wadati. According to the Saranagamanupasampada, the commentator want to explain the a little more. Therefore, ja and pana is the continuously. According to the Pāļi text, this is the Vajjāramba. Having objected this Saranagamanupasampada, Anonyata Sambada Ekato Sautiya Wadati. The Anonyata along the making the monk is suitable with the purity of the one side. Here, one side and 2 sides we need to know. For the making the novice, taking the precept, we have the 2 sides, the preceptor side and candidate side. The preceptor, Ubijaya or teacher, Acharya, can recite it, Bodhan Saranang Gichami. Clearly according to the Pāļi grammar. Clearly mean not the voice clearly, correctly, accurately, according to the Pāļi grammar, the preceptor or teacher can recite. But the candidate cannot recite it like that at the time. This making novice is not suitable. Therefore, making the novice, we need to be clear both sides. Both sides mean the teacher and candidate. But making the monk, the candidate does not need to recite anything for the preceptor or sangha. They need to recite the Kamma Vacha correctly, accurately. Therefore, Anunyata Upasambhada, making the monk is suitable with the purity of the one side. One side means the reciting the Kamma Vacha accurately. Is this enough to become the monk? That Samanera, not only teacher and preceptor can make it, it's not okay. For the candidate also, he need to recite the Buddhaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi accurately. If the both sides can recite accurately, is this okay? Therefore, the past one, he point out the Anunyata Upasambhada Ekado Suktiya. What did it mean? For the reciter of the Kamma Vacha, if they can recite accurately according to the Pāļi grammar, is enough to become the monk. Therefore, the novice cannot. Samanera pabbajjūpasambadākathā ubado suktiya wa vadati. Making the novice. Yes.
I'm sorry, but could you please explain the Samanaggamanupasambhada. What does that mean, Bhante?
Saranaggamanupasambhada. You mean this one?
Yes, Bhante.
Oh, yes. This is mean the after this, the blessed one reject. He does not allow to make them men by taking the three Tibetans. That means the blessed one does not allow anymore.
Okay. I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So because you mean so nowadays, then we have to do the Anunyata Upasambhada only, right?
Yeah. Anunyata now the Anunyata Upasambhada mean the Nyati Sarora Kamma Vasa only.
Right.
We have the 8 types of the Upasambhada. Among the 8 types of the Upasambhada, now only Anunyata Upasambhada mean the only the Nyati Sarora Kamma Vasa. The remaining 7 is not along the blessed one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Samanera pabbajjūpasambadākathā ubado suktiya wa vadati. Making the novice is suitable with the purity of the both sides. Both sides mean the preceptor and candidate. What is the purity? We saw the mean the taking the taking the Tibetans. At the time, the preceptor and candidate need to recite accurately. Recitation accurately is the Visuddhi, not other thing. No ekado suktiya. Yeah, we need to find the word. That expression no ekado suktiya vadati. Making the novice is not suitable with the purity of one side. Only the one side purity is not okay for the making the novice. Tasama upasambhadāya sa je ajariyo nyati dosinja Kamma Vacha dosinja vujitawa kammam karoti Sukatan hoti. Tasma, therefore, upa sambaraya in the making the monk. If that teacher made the or make a karoti, here we can recite the Kama Vaja, having avoid the force of the Nyati and Kama Vaja. Nowadays, no Nyata over Nyati Chatota Kama Vaja. I think you know the Nyati mean the Suna Sume Pandi Sango. Yadi Sangaza, Basa Galan, Uba Sambaran, something, so on. After that, Suna Sume Pandi Sango, and tell to the day, Ewa meet and Daria meet. This is the Kama Vaja. The previous, the first one is the Nyati. Nyati means to make the announcement, to know the remaining Sangha, if they accept, it is time to make the monk. This man does not have any force, and he has the preceptor. Ubijaya, therefore, we will make it this candidate to become man. If you accept, we will continue. They announced like that. At the time, the remaining Sangha accept by silent. After that, they continue to recite the Kama Vaja. Therefore, we need to recite the Kama Vaja 3 times. Nyati only 1 time. Therefore, we call it Nyati, including the Nyati, Kama Vaja 3 times, altogether 4 times. Therefore, we call it Nyati Chatota Kama Vaja. Chatota is the 4th time. In the recitation, Nyati and Kama Vaja, Ubijaya, here, dosinja. What is the dosa or the force? Meaning, for example, if we recite suk na suk me, this is the not the dentena, linguena. At the time, dentena and linguena, we cannot pronounce same. Therefore, we need to pronounce linguenas as clearly. Bandi Sango, this va is the 4th letter. Therefore, we need to stretch a little more. Therefore, in the recitation Kama, Nyati and Kama Vaja, we need to recite accurately. They say the Sukatan Hoti. If the preceptor or Kama Vaja reciter recited accurately, this is the Sukatan Hoti. They recited the word. Only the have the duty is only the archeria, not the candidate. Therefore, one of my teacher, he admonished me, if I recite the Nyati Sura Kama Vaja during the making the monk, in our mind, we need to pay attention like this. We have the heavy duty. If I not recite accurately, the candidate cannot become the monk. Therefore, I have the heavy duty. Therefore, I need to be very, very careful to recite. He admonished. He make it another simple. We are carrying the heavy stone in our head like that. We need to think about it like that, because of if I make one mistake, he cannot become the monk. Therefore, we need to be more careful. This is making the monk, the Asriya or preceptor have the heavy duty for the candidate. It does not have any duty. Pabbajjūpasampadākathā, imani, sini, saranani, bhukara, dakara, dinam, bhyanjananam, thana, karana, sambaram, ahapinti niva, Ajariya pi antiwasike nabi vidavani. Here, use the antiwasika. Antiwasika means the attendance, or we can translate this close disciple. Here is not the close disciple or attendant. Here, antiwasika means only the candidate. He is not yet become the novice, but here they use the antiwasika. We can find any reference, but my teacher pointed out, see, here antiwasika, why use the Pāļi antiwasika? According to the English stand, attendance, close disciple. At the moment, the preceptor and candidate are so close, and so, how can I say, according to the Buddha also, later close, other men, more than the other men. And they are talking friendly also. Therefore, the commentator is antiwasika, because of they are so close like that. Actually, he is not yet become monk, a novice. Therefore, use the Pāļi one antiwasika. Pabbajjūpasampadākathā, in the making the novice, imani sini saranani. These three tribajans should be recited by the teacher and candidate. Only just recite it, okay or no. Here point out, Bhukara, Dākara, Dinam, Bijanana, Thana, Karana, Sampadam, Aha, Binti, Niwa. Bodhan Saranangis Army, at the time we see the boot. Bodhan Saranang, Dam, Da. Saranang, Gichami, Dam and Da. Therefore, Bad and Da, and so on. At the time, if we recited this consonant, we need to be a correct place, correct pronunciation. Aha bitawa is meaning not making the mistake. I recited these boot letter and da letter, boot letter, da letter, and so on. For the teacher and candidate need to recite correctly. Saji Ajariya Vidam Sakoti. If the teacher is able to recite. Antiwasiko Nasakoti, the candidate cannot be able to recite correctly. Antiwasiko Wasakoti, the candidate is able to recite accurately. Ajariyo Nasakoti, the teacher is not able to recite accurately. Upadopi wa Nasakoti. Both teacher and candidate are not able to recite accurately. Now with the T, is this not suitable? In that moment, the candidate cannot become the novice. Sajipana upadopi sakwanti. If the both sides are able to recite accurately, is this suitable? Therefore, making the novice, the both sides need to be visauddhi. Therefore, samanera pabbajjūpasambadākathā upado suddhi yawa vidati. Therefore, he point out like that, this commentator. Imanija pana dhramanina Bodhan Saranang Gicchami di Ewe Eka Sambandhani Anunasi kandani wa kadawa dadabani. Imani japana kadamani na Buddhan saranang gichami di ewin eka sambandani. Anunasi kandani wa kadawa dadabani. If the preceptor give the three triple gems, he need to follow the two rule eka sambandani. Eka sambandani means he need to recite Buddhan saranang gichami only together, all together. Buddhan saranang gichami, Dhamman saranang gichami, Sanghan saranang gichami. He need to recite it like that, pastime. And then this is the recited style for all. Another one, Anunasi kandani. This is the grammatical point. Buddham, here the Nekahita, Dam, Saranam, Nekahita, Anunasikani. As a accurately Anunasika needs a sound. We need it. The preceptor need to recite needs a sound. Kadawa dadabani. This is the one method. Therefore, the preceptor need to give the Buddhan Saranang Gicchami combining and another thing, this Buddhan Saranang Gicchami, Buddhan Saranang as a necessary sound, he need to recite as a necessary sound. And candidate also need to follow as a combining method, and candidate also need to follow the grammatical point. He need to also recite as a necessary sound. This is the first instruction of the commentator. Yes.
How should we understand the word eka sambandani, Bhante?
Yeah, eka sambandani. Yeah, concerning with the eka sambandani, generally Buddhan eka is the not the one. Eka is the together, combined, sambandha. We need to recite it like we combine. For the candidate is Lituyan, not the Lithuanian, Tuyan. At the time, he cannot recite the Buddhan Saranang Gicchami altogether. At the time, same teacher recited first Buddham. At the time, the candidate also recited Buddham. After that, the preceptor recites Saranang. The candidate follow, and then Gicchami. They recited like that. We cannot give this like that. We need to recite it, the whole full sentence. Buddhan Saranang Gicchami. At least. After that, Dhamman Saranang Gicchami, you can recite it.
Well, but Bhante, because here is two ways, right? So we have anuna sikantani wa katoa. So it looks like according to that instruction, then we have to pronounce the nikihita.
Yes.
Right? But then for the next one is the makarantani wa katoa, which means now we have to pronounce the word ma. So buddham, not buddhang.
Yes.
Right? So, but in the first, that's what I don't understand what it means by eka sambandani. So we have to pronounce the nikahita. So eka sambandani modifies anuna sikanta, and then what does that mean?
Okay. This concerning with the eka sambandani, we had two opinions in the Vajira Bodhisika and Yojana. Eka sambandha means the combining. Combining means the, if we recite it as a necessary sound, we need to recite as a combine. Combine means the, because of the necessary sound is dependent on the previous vowel. Therefore, we cannot separate both da, nan, both them, both da and negahita. We cannot separate it. Therefore, this nasal is dependent on the previous bhave, abhave, bodhan. Saranam also abhave. Therefore, we need to recite as a combined.
Well, Bhante, but then in the next way, then it says
First,
change Victor. So we have to divide it. Then what does it mean by dividing?
Therefore, I did not explain the second way, but you read it, you understand it. First, pay attention to the first way. If you clearly understand the first way, later, but automatically understand it. Now you make it the two-way comparison, maybe a little complicated. Okay, and therefore, in the first part, we have the two portions. As a necessary, we need to recite as a combine. Combine means the how to combine. Because of the, if you recite it as a necessary, we cannot separate it. Both da and negata, we cannot separate it. Therefore, da and negata, we need to recite combine. Therefore, we call it eka sambandha. Therefore, both them. For the necessary, both mat is not the fully pronunciation. Later part, later. Okay, therefore, if we recite this, the necessary, we cannot separate it. Da and negahita. Therefore, the commentator said eka sambandhani. Eka sambandhani means da and negahita, we cannot separate.
I see. Got it. Yes. Okay, thank you, Bhante. Yeah.
Okay. If you got it this one, let's continue the later second part. Bodhan saranam gicchami ti evan vichain daitawa mahākhandhani wa katawa dadavani. If you recite it not the necessary as a mahākhandha, ma letter. If you want to recite it the ma letter, negata as a ma letter at the time, we can separate da and ma because of the at the time da had the vowel, ma is not the vowel, only the consonant. In this one, in the Mala also mentioned Saranidhi Sutta Mala. I think we already learned in the Sandhi chapter. In this one, it's also mentioned. Therefore, here commentator said 2 points, 2 opinions. If we want to recite it as a necessary, we need to make it combining. If we want to recite it as a mahākhandha sound, at the time we need to separate it. In this way, the preceptor can give 2 ways. Okay. Concerning with this, Yojana, Bodhan Saranam Gicchami. These are the Bodhan is also 1 case ending. Saranam also 1 case ending. Therefore, only the Bodhan Saranam Gicchami. If we recite it Bodhan Saranam, after that, Gicchami. We cannot imagine Bodhan is the what type of case ending. Saranam also what type of case ending. Therefore, according to the Yojana, we need to recite this as the whole sentence, Bodhan Saranam Gicchami. This is the, according to the instruction of the Yojana. Therefore, he point out, Eka Sambandhani me, Ekato Sambandhani. Anuna Sikan Katawa, Dana, Kali, Bodhan, Iti, Sarana Iti, Badaninja, Sarana Iti, Gicchami, Badaninja, and Ravichigamada. Therefore, we need to recite this as the whole sentence. As a necessary, the preceptor want to give the instruction he need to recite the whole sentence. Buddham Saranam Gicchami. According to the yodhana, here Eka Samandani means the Da and Nikita cannot separate it. And then the whole sentence also we need to recite. Another instruction, as a ma letter, if we want to recite it, da and ma are not the same vowel, therefore we don't need to recite it there continuously. We can start a little both them, da and ma, between these two words. We can recite it. Therefore, according to the ma letter pronunciation, if we want to give the Buddham Saranam Gicchami, we need to recite it a little long time. Buddham Saranam Gicchami. We can recite it like that. But if we want to recite it as in this sound, Buddham Saranam Gicchami, little short long. This is the instruction of the yodhana, and Vajira Bodhi a comment to also mention like that. This is the instruction of the according to the commentary. And that Kathayam Naman Sawadawa Aham Bhante Buddha Rakito Yava Jiwim Buddham Saranam Gicchami Ti Odam. In the commentary of the Andak, Naman Sawadawa, having declared the name, he take the refuge. Aham Bhante Buddha Rakito, I Buddha Rakita take the refuge, takes refuge to the Buddha Yava Jiwin as whole life. He put it the Buddha Rakita name and Yava Jiwin one. He put it the one. In the only the Andatta Kathaya. Then Ekatha Kathaya be Nati. There is no this any other commentary. And Pāḷi Yambi na Odan. In the original Pāḷi text also now says like this. Tesan Ruchi Mata Mewa. This is the opinion of those persons. Tasama na gahe taban. Therefore, we should not take like this. Nahi tata avadan tasa saranam kopatiti. Nahi tata avadan tasa saranam akopati. Taking trapezan is not this time for those who are not recite like this. Who are not recite like this mean the Aham Bhante Buddha Rakito, Aham Bhante Vāyāma Buddhi, Yava Jiwim, Buddham Saranam Gicchami. If we are not reciting, putting the name of Vāyāma Buddhi, Buddha Rakito, it does not matter, even though we does not mention our name, our Teki Tribetjan is not destroyed. Because of the, we use it as the past person, Aham Bhante. Because of the hand is referred to the ours. Therefore, this Teki Tribetjan also okay. Okay. Let's start our class by reciting Buddha Sasana and to do 3 times. Buddha Sasanam Jiranditadu, Buddha Sasanam Jiranditadu, Buddha Sasanam Jiranditadu, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Bhante.
Thank you so
Okay,
much,
okay.
Bhante.
Thank you so much, Bhante.
Yeah, well.